Funny thing, you may have noticed that our bikes are sitting in the dining room. That's because we're doing this at the end of the quarantine in 2020. And just so we can go on bike rides easier, we just leave the bikes in here. So something that you need to do ahead of time is to just clean them. I don't know why. This is just a cleaner that I use that's a natural cleaner. I mean, obviously everything else is chemicals, so it doesn't really matter. I suppose you could just use 409, but you just have to get the stuff off of them, you know. Cabinets are definitely, they get dirty. So you want to do that first before you do the deglazing of anything. That's the starting point.
So as you can see, a finished cabinet that we're starting with has a shiny sheen, protective finish on the wood. So the first thing we have to do is to remove that sheen. And we use a liquid sandpaper product. This is so that you don't have to sand and make a big mess. The finish doesn't have to be taken down to raw wood. It just needs to be roughened up so that the paint has something to adhere to later on. So all you do is dip in a standard scrubbing pad and just start to apply it to the wood. And you want to apply a little bit of pressure, but you don't really have to push a lot. You let the product do the work for you. On this particular drawer, I'm working the edges a little extra hard so that the groove, the routed groove in there, gets the product applied really well, because again, you don't want the paint to not adhere inside of that groove. You do both the edges, the front, and the back. Anywhere you're going to be planning on applying paint later on, you want to roughen up. So again, just give it about a minute or two of light scrubbing. And to be honest with you, as I do this, I could feel the drag a little bit. I could feel the finish coming off and sticking to the pad. So there is, you know, it's definitely kind of gooey feeling as you do this.
So we're doing this kind of like an assembly line. So after he does that, then I have a wet rag and I'm just getting all of the product off with a wet rag. Pretty simple, just wiping it all off, cleaning it up. You could see that our paper on our table idea probably didn't work the best because it's all ripped already and we're only on the bottom of the drawers. The completed drawers are already down there on the floor. So I'm just wiping it off, putting it here just to dry it off a little bit. And this is where you'll be able to see that the finish came off. So it looks more dull now. It's not, it doesn't have that sheen or that shine. It actually has a little bit more of a rough texture to it. And then what we did after that is we have all the drawers piled down there. So we have, to count them, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2 big ones here, and 3 small ones there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 small ones and 2 big ones. And that took us about 30 minutes.
Hey everyone, we're still doing the deglossing. We did all the drawers in the last video, and now we're doing all the cabinet fronts and doors, and this is actually the last one. It's taken us maybe 2.5 hours to do all of them, so it really wasn't that bad. But much like doing the drawers, you just liberally apply the deglosser. I've been doing the frame first, and then making sure I'm pushing a little harder in the routed areas here to get inside the corners and all the grooves and slots as good as I can. You then do the main panel, which I already did on this one. And then I go and do the edges, which I've already done on this one. Again, making sure you get inside the groove. You push, make sure you got the right angle just to get all that finish off so that your paint will stick better later on. And then I flip it over and do the backs.
Continuing to deglaze the frames now.